Hey guys, how's everyone doing? I'm Pradyumna from final year civil engineering. I'm here today with Ali, and we're here to kickstart our podcast series, which is called Pod Shots. And I'll allow Ali to speak.
Hey everyone, this is Mohammad Ali Hassan from third year civil engineering.
Yeah. So Ali, how did uh, this platform, the podcasting, interest you, or how did this idea come across to begin the Pod Shots in the first place?
I actually was fascinated behind the idea that the podcasting series, like podcasts in general, have a dedicated audience base, and it is much more comfortable where you don't have to show your face. It is easier since it saves a lot of editing and half of the hard work. But then you've got restrictions as well, where you have to say a lot of things with your words rather than your body language. And the reason why I came up with podshots initially was people want to listen to their friends or to their acquaintances. So podshots is a platform where OU students, any student from the OU, can come and talk about anything and everything. So yeah.
Though this platform is new to us, but it suits our requirements very much because we can keep ourselves engaged and it gives us an opportunity to be creative. So, Ali, if you could educate our audience regarding what the platform is and what the format is going to be like.
The platform is an open platform for any OU student, and the format is quite simple. Any student, a group of student, a pair, or like any number of it, keeping the upper limit six, including a moderator. A moderator can be opted by the people from the organizing panel, so they can choose a moderator, choose a topic, uh, list out the names of the people that will be participating in the podcast series and do a simple recording. We'll be releasing a Google form shortly, which they can fill to come up with the podcast series. So, since this is the first episode of our podcast series, the topic for today is influencing people, which was suggested by our first year's engineering student, Saket Kumar. So, Pradyumna, let's go ahead with it.
Yeah, sure.
What do you mean by influencing people?
Yeah, according to me, influence is an ability of a person to affect somebody's character or behavior, which itself makes it important to understand it. Or influencing is a very important art or asset to have at a personal or professional level. So, you know, to dwell deeper into this would be an interesting conversation.
Nice. So now that we know what influence is, let us understand why it's important. So what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, see, we get influenced or we influence people on a daily basis, consciously or unconsciously, but we keep doing it. So there are a few particular reasons why it is important. According to me, all of us at some point of time in our life occupy uh, leadership positions, which are might not be huge positions, big or small. All of us do occupy leadership positions at some point of our time. So when you occupy a leadership position, it is very important skill for a leader to possess. So that is one reason, and to try and understand when you're being negatively influenced. So more often than none, if you know what the process is, you tend to understand when you're getting into the negative influence.
So
Yeah.
basically, there's a positive and negative side to it.
Yes.
Okay. So let us get to the crux of it and understand how one can go about it. Like, how can one influence people?
Yeah,
The
there is
positive way,
a
obviously.
very well documented way of how to influence people. It's not something that I have made by myself or created it by myself altogether, but according to me, the whole uh, principle of influencing a person starts with the basic notion that an individual is their own center of the universe. As we can very well relate to it, they each and every person is important to themselves, and only then comes everyone else. So to begin with, firstly, I feel to influence a person, you have to give them what they want. Not as in handing over the person the entire control, but the first thought that crosses any human is, what do I get out of it? Or what do I benefit after doing the task that is assigned to me? So this is a very basic question that crosses everyone's mind.
But Pradyumna, how do you know what they want? Basically, in many situations, people don't actually know what the other party wants. So what do you do in that kind of situations?
It's not really tricky to find out what the other person wants, but mostly it's not uh, put in a straightforward manner what the other person wants. See, it's just like uh, understanding the demand of a question in an exam. What exactly, the examiner is demanding from you, or wants to get the answer out of you. So I'll quote an example where I was in an interview, a job interview for Accenture. We were 5 students being interviewed by a panel of 2.
Mhm.
So the interviewer asks us uh, general questions like, where did you spend your summer vacation? When was the last time you bunked your classes, or things like that? So they had nothing to do with the job profile that we're attending the interview for.
Okay.
So it was on the students' part to understand the demand of the question or the purpose of the question there. So we had to understand that these questions are meant to test our communication skills and not the actual technical skill that we are being hired for. So
Okay.
that is how it is. Not really tricky, but you tend to find out very easily.
So basically, I have two questions. The first one is, did you get the job?
Yes, I did.
Congratulations on that. And the second question is basically, it's not exactly a question. It's basically a statement. Just tell me if it's right or wrong. So if a person understands what influence is, so he or she can decide on whether it's good or bad. So it's a two-way streak for it. Whether they can perform influencing, and at the same time they can understand when they're being influenced. Am I right?
Not always, but more often than none, they can get to know when they are being influenced, because they know how things go about in influencing a person.
Because in many situations the latter comes in more handy than the former.
Yeah, yeah, true that.
Perfect. Please continue.
And next, I feel, secondly, you have to make the person feel important, because the feeling of importance acts as a catalyst for change, or acts as the motivation for the person to perform the task.
By importance, do you mean the attention seekers on Instagram or some of some sort? Like,
You can just take my name, Ali. You can just go for it. I wouldn't mind
I'm the moderator here. I can't be offensive. I'll have to. You are my guest today, so I can't do that to you. But then,
posting random pictures on Instagram seeking attention. Yeah, you can take my name, but
hashtag throwback. But it's
insert
a
caption
general,
here.
yes, insert caption here, stuff like that. But it's a general statement though, that people nowadays they're very attention seekers on Instagram or other social media platforms as such as Snapchat or Facebook, etc. So what do you have to say on that?
Everyone craves for attention. It's very uh, basic human nature that everyone at the end of the day craves for attention, or craves for the feeling of importance, and that can make people do a lot of things actually, and that is the point that I've made here.
So basically, it's not always monetary or tangible. What do you say?
Yes,
It's not
yes,
very
exactly.
tangible.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So moving forward, and thirdly, I'd say you'll have to respect others' opinions and empower them. This is when people will start respecting you, and when you do this in a proper way, your words will start having a huge bearing on the other person's actions. That is half your influencing done right there.
So in that matter, like for example, political leaders, when they go back to the public every 5 years, they have to basically understand what the needs and wants of the public is, which eventually forms their own manifesto. But understanding these needs and wants, is it always important or is it always beneficial?
It is because you know uh, what other, as I mentioned in my first point, what others need is what you deliver to them. Only then they are going to feel motivated to do the task at hand.
Because currently in our scenario, it is not necessary for the people who come into power to understand the needs and the wants. Rather, another level of influencing, a bit touch of manipulation, I guess.
Yeah,
But
though
let's
you related in a proper way to the political leaders, but there are a lot other factors that contribute to a person claiming power, getting to the power position. So you can't totally relate to it. Is my point.
we cannot relate anything to the active politics, and that's why that I said one of the rules that let's not discuss about active politics, for the simple
Yeah, let's
nature
just
that I
refrain
love
from
my
doing it.
life. I love my life and I love my friends. So let's refrain from that.
Okay, but yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, I'd say for the icing on the top,
Mhm.
just connect to the person emotionally. That is when the people or the people that you're trying to influence start to trust you. When the trust is there, and that is it, you have done your job. You have influenced the person on the whole, because once the person starts to trust you and the person start to respect you, and once you start to have a bearing on others actions, you have you know successfully influenced them.
Here, listening to this actually takes me back to the first year engineering English course, wherein the ma'am told us that empathizing with someone is the epitome of communication between human beings. So, is that it? Like, that's the peak. You cannot reach something
That
beyond
is
it.
just wonderfully put. Whoever told that, that is just wonderfully put. The point put in a proper way.
Empathy. That's what people aim for, even in if you see in the religious or cultural scriptures, when you want to talk to someone or when you attain a certain level of purity or sanctity, I don't know if that's a word, empathy is the main basis on which they communicate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So yeah, that's that.
yeah. So this
So
is this is what I feel, and I have shared this with the audience today because I relate to this very much. And as I've already read about this, and as I already told, this is a very well documented way of influencing people. And I would also love to suggest the listeners a book that I've recently come across, and Ali has come across as well. This
yes,
book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I
amazing
came
book.
across this book while I was watching a video about Warren Buffett, how he grew as the negotiator that he is today, and how he uh, is the richest among the richest people in the world.
The most successful
So
investor of our time.
yeah, yeah, that is amazing. So I'd suggest this book to the listeners, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So if you go through this, you'll get a wider perspective of the whole topic of influencing people. It deals with handling people, or how to make people like you. If this sounds like that cliche line, or how to win people to your way of thinking, which is basically influencing, but in deeper words. So things
Perfect.
like these. Yeah.
Amazing. So, any parting words to our listeners, Pradyumna?
uh, this being the first podcast, and like we already told, please don't judge us. Drop in the comments and let us know what you think about our attempt. And please do DM this page regarding your entries. Would be loving to moderate your podcast, and let's just uh, engage ourselves uh, as long as we can, because this pandemic is making a lot of people insane, just locked up at their homes.
True. So, the concluding words done. This was the first podcast. We discussed about influencing people, Muhammad Ali Hassan with Pradyumna Nakka. And the podcast will be uploaded on IGTV, YouTube, and we are aiming for Spotify as well. Thank you and have a good day ahead.